Ooh.
Yeah, girl.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. Hey, guys. This is your girl, Model E, and thank you for tuning to another bi-weekly episode with your girl. And tonight, I have a guest with me. I have the beautiful Leanne, right?
Leanna.
Leanna. And I met Leanna, oh my God, what, about 4 years ago, maybe?
I think 2017.
It's been a minute.
2017 on Instagram.
Yep, on Instagram. It's been a minute. And we've kind of been keeping up with each other since then. So how we first met is she was on Instagram and she was giving away a sample of her bakeries because she is a baker. She makes cookies and cakes and all those little stuff. And I actually had won the raffle. And they were very delicious little pieces. I wish I had some more. They were very good. And, we just kind of, keep up with each other ever since then. And we had done a podcast back in the day together. And it was dope. And so I keep seeing her online and I'm like, I'm going to get her. And I finally got her to come on. So here she goes.
That last podcast was not on video, though.
No, it wasn't. It was just on video. Your girl wasn't doing that yet. I've upgraded my life a little bit now.
Yeah.
I did. All right. So tonight we got a few things in store for you guys. And let me see. Did you heard on social media about that cop and the guys together?
With his wife?
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't with the wife. All right. So I got a video. I'm going to go ahead and play the video, okay? Because you know how we used to talk about cops and robbers? Well, guess what? It ain't that no more. All right, hold on for a second.
In public confidence in the
Yeah.
PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.
Officers involved in sex while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.
Officers involved in...
Okay, so from what you gather and what is going on here is this one cop, she had let the other cops ran a train on her while at work. Now, I'm sure this probably has been going on for a while and they just never got caught. Now, how they got caught is they heard her. She had her thing was on. So that's how they heard it. And it got caught up.
She was by herself or she was with someone else?
Those guys that they showed on the video.
Yes.
All those guys were messing with her.
Were with her?
Yes.
They all got caught together?
They were running a train on her.
When they got caught?
Yes.
So they were in the process of it?
Yes. And
okay, I didn't get that part.
She had her, what's the radio thing or whatever, it was on, and that's how.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant she had something else on. Okay.
No, girl, she had that on, and that's how they got caught.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How dumb.
Yeah.
And why at the workplace?
But you know what? If you don't know, that's how a lot of stuff started. at the workplace
Mm.
because you are at this place, most of your time of the day, more than you are at home. And a lot of times it's a lot of women who works like in an office or somewhere, and it's very few men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And women will often, they tease men, they talk to them, they just up walking around, probably have on clothes where men looking at them. And then next thing you know, you got to work, boo. I had to talk about that not too long ago. Now you got to work, boo. And I'm sure all those men and her I'm sure they probably had somebody at home as well.
Mm.
But it's just the fact that, hey, I'm here at work all day and she's willing to do that. So we gonna take it.
I don't have nothing nice to say about that.
Nope. And you wouldn't, you know why? Because we wouldn't ever do anything like that.
No. I'm not in a situation to have any work booze.
Yeah.
Or work husband. I've heard that one too.
Because we at the house. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about a work husband, and this is a true story. Back in the day, I had this girl, we used to work together, and she had a boyfriend. They had like 2 kids together. And me at the time, I was young, wasn't married, nothing like that. I was in my 20s, and I was dealing with this guy. And nobody didn't know anything about it. She only knew about it because she had knew him. So she knew about it. And, we became close or whatever. And so whenever we would go to work, we'll just act like it's nothing. We'll have regular conversation, just like as if, we were just employees, doing our job. But afterwards and, weekends and stuff, we would see each other, we would do stuff or whatever. So with this girl, one day I was on the phone with her and she was in a car with her boyfriend, her kid's father at the time. And, we were just having a regular conversation. And she said, "You talked to your work boo today?" And when she said that, only thing I heard was the phone like got knocked out of her hand or something. Like the phone just fell down. And I tried calling her back. I didn't get no answer. So I left a message, saying, "Hey, what happened? I hope everything was all right." I didn't have no idea that there were any, domestic situations going on, okay? Beforehand, she had already told me that he used to, like hit her a little bit or, or slap her and stuff like that. And that she was, trying to get away from him, okay? But I don't know what would make her say something like that in front of him, knowing how he is and how he'll react. So
I thought she was asking you about your work boo.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
but just
why would he get upset about that?
Because in his mind, if you talking to her about a work boo, that means you got one too. Because that's how they think. They're not going to think anything else. It's going to be, you doing it too. And so remember, that was a Saturday, and we got to work on Monday. She had a black eye.
Oh.
And she said he punched her in the eye.
In the car.
They driving, and he punched her in the eye. Over a conversation, something she just said to me that didn't have anything to do with him.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So I think she's been with him probably maybe like another year or so. I know that they had stopped living together and everything. She went and moved out, and I think he continued to try to talk to her and stuff like that. And then she eventually left him alone, and shortly after that she got married again. She got married, but I don't know how she's doing. No, another guy.
Okay.
So, hopefully she's, in a much better place, and happier now. Yeah. But I haven't talked to her since then. But that was crazy, like that whole situation. Like I just heard the phone like bloop, like that was it. Nothing else. Yes, that was crazy. So we can go ahead and move on from that. All right.
Following
so
you.
Since we are women, right? And we are women who have men, and I think we consider ourselves to be very submissive. Do you consider yourself to be submissive to your man?
In certain aspects, yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, prior to this, we had a little quick conversation about the word submissive, and how it sounds.
Yes.
It does have a negative tone to it. Does.
Yeah.
Because I struggle with it for a very long time. Whenever I would hear people say, "Oh, you so submissive to your man," and I'm like, "Hold up, I don't do any and everything for him, but I do, you know." But over time, I come to realize it's not really about that, you know. And I think how you put it, you was like, you do it because it's from your heart.
Yeah, it's out of love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. And so, I mean, it's the same thing for me, because I've grew up seeing my grandmother, you know, cook, clean, did everything, fix my grandfather's plate, hand it to him, and when he finished, pick it up too, you know, put it in the sink.
Yeah. Well, I don't cook and clean. If I cook, he cleans.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. See, and y'all got a system that works for y'all.
Yes.
Of course, you know, time change. Some of them don't do anything still, but if he didn't clean, would you be okay with that?
I mean, yeah,
I
do. Sometimes I do. I do. When I cook, most of the time I cook and then clean up as I go.
Right.
But so yeah, I don't have a problem with cleaning too.
Yeah.
It's my house.
Yeah. I mean, because in reality, somebody got to do it.
Yes. Or it's gonna pile up.
Right. Exactly.
Like I can show you around here, but I'm not going to.
And then all you're gonna do is end up getting mad at yourself when you should have just done it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the same for me too. I do it because I've seen it, so I don't have a problem with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, even though my husband can tell you himself that, baby, sit down, I can fix it myself. But I'm like, no, I'm already here. I gotta fix the kids' plate. You know, I might as well fix yours too.
Yeah.
And even when he's finished and, you know, I'm going to put mine up and I grab his one, you don't have to grab that. I got it. It's okay. I don't get no difference from it or anything. I mean, I just do it because that's how my mind is programmed to do.
Yeah.
But
well, don't say that. Don't say that though, because then somebody's going to think that he programmed your mind like that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No. Anybody who knows me, I am not afraid to speak my mind. So look, if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. And even like on our podcast, Life and Love, sometimes we'll get into our little moment where if I don't agree with him and he don't agree with me, it's like, forget about that camera, you know.
Yeah, but it's good to see that though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because that's actually real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, it is. And
we don't need to agree with everything.
Nope, you can't. And if it is, I'm just gonna be a yes man. And what am I here for?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that whole word, you know, submissive is it can sound negative, but when you put it in,
can you pull up a definition of it?
Let's see what Google says. Google says that.
I want to see if it goes with what other people think it means.
It says ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly, obedient, or passive. and then it has in quotation, a submissive, almost sheep-like people.
Oh, see, I don't like Google's definition of that. Because when I looked it up yesterday, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that at all.
It didn't sound like that's the definition that how I see it. I must be obedient to my husband. No.
Yeah, that's what Google said.
Respect him, but obedient?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna listen to him because he's not gonna tell me something wrong.
Right. Exactly. And also at the same time, I think it is more easier to go along with that and accept that whole not being obedient, but doing those things, because if he's leading in the right way, he's doing what he's supposed to do, I'm happy, he's happy, then I don't have no doubt following him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind following him because I know he's going to do right. He's not going to lead me down the wrong path.
Yeah.
So,
he wants the best for the whole household.
Right.
So,
exactly. And he does always have everybody in mind,
best interest,
you know, when he does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I say all the time, yeah, I'm submissive. And plus you got these women out here, like these self-indulged women who, oh, I don't need a man, I'm good, I got everything. No, honey, I need my man.
Yeah.
And I want my man.
Yeah. I don't understand that. Yeah. I really don't. Are they calling their girlfriends to come help them do the big stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because it was this one video and this woman says, if somebody come and breaks in the house, I'm not getting up. He is. And that's a fact.
Yeah,
I'm for my husband to go down there. I'm gonna have his back. I'm gonna make sure everything is good up here, but he's the one that's gonna go to that door. So
yeah, and he's probably gonna volunteer to go to that door.
Exactly. Right. So
yeah,
I'm all for women empowerment, do things, because I do stuff on my own. You know, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have been doing this podcast, because that's not something that I thought about doing. He kind of pushed me to do this. So this is why I'm doing this with my whole business and stuff.
I can relate.
I wasn't business oriented. You know,
I can totally relate. Yeah.
Right. As long as I'm comfortable and happy, I don't care. But it was my man who really pushed me to do these things.
Wait, do you know, had I listened to my husband when he told me back in 2009, you need to start selling that stuff.
Yep.
Sell that stuff that you're buying, because it's worth a lot of money. He told me this in 2009. I didn't listen to him. Mm-hmm. And so now I didn't start until 2022.
Wow.
Because I wanted to do it my own way.
Yep. And now you're thinking like, I could have just done this then.
Exactly.
Because in your head, you probably was thinking of all different kind of ways to do it. Probably was going to be all extravagant for it. You need this, you need that. When in reality, all you could do was just do it.
Yeah, exactly. You know? I put it off for too long.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah,
that was too long. But I mean, look, it's a lesson learned. You know, next time you may take him up on his offer a little bit more quicker.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did he say I told you so?
Not in those words. But right. But not in those words.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of stuff that I should have listened, you know, to him back in the day as well too. But I guess everything, you know, it happens when it's supposed to happen, I guess.
Exactly, in its own time.
Yeah, that's definitely true. All right, so let's talk about being a mom, because we are both moms and we do a lot of juggling. So being a mom is very, it's hard work.
Yeah.
But no one really talks about is finding yourself once you lose your identity in motherhood.
What do you mean, lose what identity?
Being so indulged in being a mother, you forget about yourself. You forget that a wife. Like when the kids were little. And probably more importantly, your first one. Your first kid, you probably was there like every step of the way. You were just making sure that everything was just perfect. You run around like a chicken with a cut off head. And you forget that, hey, I kind of got a life too,
Yeah.
It's all about the kid all the time.
I don't think I did that with my first.
Not
I did that with the other two.
Really?
No, because I was really young.
Got
I was
it.
really, really young.
So you still were doing you as well too?
No.
With the kid.
Well.
You still had some space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was still making mistakes when I was raising her. But yeah.
Right.
But I learned from that.
Yeah.
That was a learning thing for me.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah.
But now, what you were describing now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mom is 24/7 now. Like I'm on call 24/7.
Yep. All the time. I mean, before you got on here, I think I heard somebody say something like mom or something.
One of my girls, she was trying to get on the one computer, but that computer wouldn't let me turn the camera on, so I had to go get another computer. So that's why it took so long.
Okay.
I had to get a whole nother computer, sign in, and then it wouldn't connect to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. But yeah, man. You could lose yourself because when I had my first, I wasn't married yet. We weren't married. We didn't got married until I think Deshaun was like 3 years old.
Okay.
Four. Yeah, about 4 years old. And so, we didn't got married until he was about 4 years old. And when Deshaun was a baby, like we kind of went through our stuff because I didn't have postpartum depression. Why is my son is playing the game and you can hear him. I didn't have postpartum, but I lost a lot of energy, like especially in like the sexual department. Like it's like with my body, I didn't gain weight until about 3 years later. Like it's like I had just got more skinnier than what I was, and my weight and everything started coming back like 3 years later.
3 years after you had the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. My sex drive was like low for a while, for a couple years, and it was just okay. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
Question: Did you nurse? Because I know that affects your sex drive.
I tried.
Oh.
But I didn't succeed.
Man, I'm a pro at it. I tried
for a couple months.
Okay, I did 5 years total.
I wish that's what I was trying to do, but I had a husband who like he just wouldn't let me because he always thought that every time the baby cried, he's hungry, like I don't really have like big breasts, so I was like,
I don't have any.
I was really
they still make enough milk for your babies though.
I promise you, it was coming out. It was. Look, I had went to breastfeeding class, like how to do the pump and everything. Girl, I took it to the extreme, like, because I was like, I'm going to breastfeed. I had my babies natural. These babies gonna get on anything like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy no milk. Girl, please. My husband was like, if he cry one more time, I'm gonna give him some milk. He don't like it. Like, he was not supportive in that department at all.
Aww.
He was not supportive. So, but the second one came, and I tried to do the same thing, and it wasn't successful, but
No.
I can just say I tried.
That makes me sad because it's a bonding experience.
I know. Tell me about it. It is. But speaking of bonding, one thing I did like with the hospital, especially on my second one, when they started like soon as the baby born, they lay him on your chest for a while and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
I
I
didn't
love
really
that.
did that with the first one. I don't know because maybe they went to a different hospital. Because one went to Wake Med downtown Raleigh, and my other one we had went to the new birthing center, to the Wake Med Falls News. So that's when they had just opened up the new birth, and like I was like one of the first people that was in there, you know, to have the babies or whatever. But that was, both experiences was good, but my second experience, it was very good because I had a chance, you know, to be with the baby and stuff when it first born. And I think that's probably why he's so like attached to me today.
Yeah.
Because when he first started going to school and stuff, he would always, you know, he'll come home and be like, Mommy, I was thinking about you today. Are you okay? I missed you. Like he does stuff like that. He still do a little bit now. I think it's sweet. And I had to tell him, like,
Is
yeah,
that your
baby,
youngest?
I'm good. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
My youngest is like that too. She's
It
way more
is.
sweeter than the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. The other one, if I'm not feeling well or, you know, he noticed something like that, that's when he starts to get emotional, be like, hey mom, are you all right? But I've noticed now that he's older, he's 12 years old, it's like he's starting to like care about me a little bit more. Like when he's in school, he will send me a text, hey mom, are you all right? And sometimes I'm like, am I gonna die or something? Like he keep asking me. But he was like, no, I'm just checking on you. And then he was like, I love you. And you know, he normally don't really do all that, you know. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm embracing it. So I'm like, okay. So
Did
I
you
love my
enjoy
boys.
Did you enjoy your pregnancies?
I did.
Me too.
I had good pregnancies. Only thing is with my first one, he wouldn't let me eat a lot of stuff. He was a very healthy baby. I did good. Like I exercised. I ate a lot of the good foods and stuff like that. I didn't did too much of like junk foods and stuff. But with my second one, I had went to work. With my first one, I wasn't working. I didn't went to work until he was like 6-7 months old. And so with the second one, I was at work and I was just, you know, everybody, hey, let's go to lunch. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, everybody eats. So I was eating too. So, yeah. So how about you?
I love my pregnancies. It was great. I lived life exactly like I had.
Right.
Like my 10-year-old, when I was pregnant with her, I was hiking all the time.
Yeah.
And my husband didn't want me hiking after 36 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he was.
But yeah, I was hiking all the time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Very healthy.
Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Did you crave anything?
I don't know if it was a craving, but after I would hike, I always had a peanut butter sandwich.
Okay.
But now she hates peanut butter sandwiches.
That means you ate a lot of them then.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And my second one, when I ate eggs all the time with her, and she loves eggs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any correlation to that, but
I know. But you know, these kids, they all come out different in their own tunes. And it's like every year, like when I see kids born, whether it's online or in person, it's like they just so strong, you know, like they do stuff at a very early age. And it never was like that.
You mean the kids nowadays?
Yeah. Like when they're born, They do
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they
Okay.
come out doing stuff, and it's like I don't remember kids used to act like that, coming out the womb and doing all this moving around and looking around and all type of stuff. Like they do that now.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because when my Deshaun, he did something. I think he moved a bike or something like that. He was little, like just started walking or something. And I'm like, where do you get the strength from? Yeah.
So like when he was 1?
Yeah, like he just started walking because he walked on his birthday when he turned 1. Because he had a little birthday party. And that was also his first kiss. He kissed a girl.
Aw. Aw.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it wasn't mommy.
Yeah, it wasn't mommy. So I got a bad taste in my mouth for that. And I tell him today, like even though he's getting into girls now and stuff, and I tell him, I say, don't bring no girls home. I say, because we got a plan. Don't bring no fast behind girls over here.
That's a 12-year-old, right?
That's a 12-year-old, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my 6-year-old, he'll tell you.
He's still a baby, right?
I like this girl.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still a baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know, girl. They grow too fast.
Yeah,
but my 12-year-old, yeah, he knows about the girls and stuff because he comes home and he talk about how they act in school. And he's like, why they dress like that? Like he'll say stuff like that, like stuff he's noticing about girls and how they act. And I'm actually kind of glad he's experiencing it now. So when it does happen in the future, when he get the girls, he'll understand that's how they work,
Yeah.
Yeah, they, say crazy stuff
and he's gonna compare them all to you.
Yes. Yep. Sure is. Because if I go out, like if me and my husband go out, and I put on something real nice, he'll be looking like, Ma, you need to put some clothes on. And Sean is like, hold up, that's my wife. Like, that's not your wife. Very overprotective.
Yeah, well, that sounds like my husband. If the girls get an attitude with me, don't talk to my wife like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good thing. I think we are very loved in our house. I think so.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
We're very loved. All right. Hey, what's this thing with the gummies?
Nothing.
I've seen you been advertising gummies.
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
You can't talk about it? Okay, It's not that type of deal. Okay, well, everybody done heard my little gummy story. My first time I took gummies, it took me out.
Oh yeah, you did too much.
Oh yeah.
You should have had a half, and that would have been it.
I didn't know, girl. I just
you should.
It was peaches. It was good. I didn't know.
You got to read the instructions.
Ain't nobody got no
There's instructions on there. It says take one.
It didn't work that way. Yeah,
so you said never again.
It was like an 8-pack, and I ate like 6.
No,
because by the time my husband realized that I was eating them like that, like he knew I had.
Oh
one.
my gosh!
By the time he realized I was eating, that's when he asked for one, and it was only one left in the pack.
No,
I did a very bad thing. Yeah.
Oh.
And I think that's probably why I felt the way I felt after it was over.
Absolutely.
I felt like
you probably felt like you had a hangover.
Drinking. Yes, I felt like I was drinking. And I also thought that I was going to die that night too.
I bet.
Like
your heart was probably racing.
I was scared to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him to stay up with me. I was like, stay up with me.
Paranoid as crap.
Girl, yeah. It was like a bad case of anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
But I think I took them gummies one other time. I think I took it one, but only did one.
Okay.
And I said if I do it again, I was going to take a half one But when I did took that one, I still kind of had that same headachy feeling, like when I wake up the next morning, like as if I was drinking. I don't like that.
Probably because edibles go into your system differently and you're going to feel a more intense feeling.
That's part of it. Because I came to a conclusion, I was like, well, maybe it's not for me. You know, maybe the gummies is not for me.
Maybe not.
I moved to the pre-rolls and stuff now. I can tolerate that very well. I love those. Like, I'll put one of those up in a minute. I like those. But them gummies, I'm actually kind of scared of.
I'll have to show you something later, like off of here.
All right, I got you. Because I have a friend who actually hooked me up with the person that they used, and she lives by it. Like she be happy. You hear me? She be happy. So, but it don't make me happy.
Well, I've heard that they help certain people with depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So it just affects you differently.
Yeah. I don't think it's for me though. So unless maybe I try a different brand or something, but that particular one that I had got it from a local place in the area.
Okay.
It just don't work for me. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What time is it?
7:54.
All right. I think we got time for one more. Since we were talking about, you know, the gummy that it can, you know, help with different stuff. We'll talk a little bit about, you know, like our mental health, you know, and stuff like that. I had saw this one post, and I'm gonna actually read this to y'all, and it says, my health anxiety was so bad that I could read an article about a disease and I would feel the symptoms halfway through reading. I could watch a show of someone having a heart attack and my chest would start hurting instantly. I could hear someone talking about a friend dying and I would assume I was next. Now, when I saw that, I wanted to talk about it because as a person who, you know, sometimes get anxiety, and I had just developed this, and I blame it on the medication because I take high blood pressure medication. Probably for about like 2 years now. I don't think I really need it. I just tell my doctor that I have the whole white coat syndrome. Like every time I go to the doctor, it's always high. But when I'm at home, because I check it regularly, I'm good. So she's been like trying to get me on it for a long time. And I kept coming in there and it was always like that. And she was like, well, let's just go ahead and try it. Let's see how it does. And, you know, we can get you on track. And then, you know, we'll go from there, seeing about you getting off them, right? It has been 2 years, okay? Now, ever since I started taking those, I think it, you know, kind of tripped some sockets in the head or something, because I started getting a little anxiety and stuff. And I had it a little bad, like the first time. I just had to get out of my head. It was just in my head. I didn't have nothing like I was going to kill myself or anything like that. It was just like, I don't know, the feeling of just like everything is like going together. I can't concentrate. I was scared to go to sleep. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I've never done this, you know, like I've never done this. And then
you never experienced that before the medication?
Nope, I've never. I've never. And then on that same medication, I had passed out with less than 5 days taking those pills. I passed out. And when I went there, I went to the emergency room and it was like, immediately stop taking these, go to your doctor and let them give you something else. Because this medication that I was on, they say normally they would give that to men. Like a lot of people can't tolerate it. And I realize I'm a person who can't really tolerate a lot because I'm not a person who takes, medication. If I got a headache, I'm not going to take anything unless I'm just absolutely about to die. Then I'll take something. But
we have so much in common.
You do the same thing?
Yes. Unless my headache's so bad that I feel like I need to lay down and close my eyes, then I'll take something. And only one thing works for me.
What works?
Take a ibuprofen and a acetaminophen together.
You know what?
That's the only thing that works, but they sell it like that now.
Oh, they do? They sell it together now?
It's like Advil and Tylenol mixed up, something like that. And that's the only thing that takes my headache away.
I need to think about that because now I get tension and everything now. I never had all
tension
these
headaches
before. And I can't find nothing that works.
Try that.
I'll do that.
Yeah, try that. I take the 2 Tylenol and then 2 Motrin.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that helps.
Tylenol. I've even went out and someone told me, get some Excedrin. It didn't work.
That has caffeine in it.
Yeah. And that's all I took one. And I only took one and that was it because of that. I was like, I definitely don't need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like I say, I didn't experience any of these stuff. Like I can say I was just perfect before the medicine. So I had a hard time with it. I'll say probably for about almost a year, like very close to a year. Like I had a very rough time with it. And I had to get in my mind, I had to have, some self-conversation. It was like, girl, like this is not you. Like you can't let this, do you like that. And so when I saw this screenshot here, and I was like, you need to read this because that is true. Because at one point I used to think that, oh, these people, it ain't that bad, but yeah, it can be, because I'm telling you, the mind will kill you if you let it.
Oh yeah.
It will kill you.
Absolutely.
It will kill you.
I've never felt it like that with you read. I've never felt it that strongly. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I had an anxiety attack watching one of the Saw movies.
Really?
It affected me so strongly. It felt like I was having an asthma attack. I couldn't take that movie caused me anxiety where I was like gasping for breath.
It's very gruesome. You see all this blood and it cutting up and chopping stuff. It's very gruesome. Yeah. So I can see that.
That's the only time I felt something that strong.
Yeah. But I really think it can. And it is also, I think it's like a mind, like a control thing. Like you got to learn how to, have that conversation with yourself. It was like snap out of it. Because if not, it'll get to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had like a little episode like a couple months ago. I was just doing my YouTube video, like sitting here doing my YouTube video. I didn't felt nothing abnormal, nothing. But as soon as I finished, my heart started racing. Looking at my watch, my heartbeat was like 150 something. Huh?
What?
Like,
you were sitting down?
I was just sitting down, like this right here.
Whoa.
And all of a sudden, it just kicked out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't do anything out the norm. I didn't eat nothing crazy. And my husband was in the living room. And so I went down there and, I sat with him for a while and I told him about it. And it, went down to like 130 something, but it was still just racing. It was racing. So I said, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to try and lay down. So I went to lay down and here we go. Like everything on my head was just, I don't know where it came from. And I think it messed with me probably for about a good week or two, like just the up and down. And of course it started messing like with my blood pressure, because my blood pressure got high because my mind was thinking about it. So it messed with my blood.
So the blood pressure came before the anxiety.
Yes.
So the anxiety.
I think it's the pill.
Okay, but the pills were probably messing with your heart rate. Because if your heart starts to beat faster, you will get anxious.
Yeah, that's true. But it just came up. It just came up the blue. Now, remind you, I have been on this within the 2 years that I've been taking this medication. I have been on 5 different medications because I couldn't find one that fit me. Either it was too strong
for the blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Either it was too strong, or it will cause too much side effects. Like the whole tension thing, like even around this time now, I realized like once October kicks in, from October to probably like April, I'll get like constant like tension. And
is that because it's cold, the weather change?
Yeah, the
being
weather
in the
change.
house more.
Yeah,
that's like seasonal depression.
Yeah, right. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yo. So every time I get a chance, I get out. I don't care if I'm just going to the convenience store. Like I gotta go somewhere. And then plus I work from home, so I gotta get out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm all promote that self-care because it does help.
Absolutely. One of the best things I think is to just get out and walk.
Yeah.
Walking is one of the best medicines.
No, you're right. I try to do at least like 15 to 30 minutes a day. Now that it's colder, I don't go out as much and walk.
Yeah.
But
I haven't been.
I have this app. I have this Fit On app, this Gabrielle Union's app, and I use it in the house. So I walk in the house and stuff, like I do all those stuff like to keep my heart rate pumping, all that stuff like that. I would love to go outside, but it'd be too cold. I ain't going outside today.
I know. The other day was nice.
It was. Yeah. I think we went to the park. It was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so we did, got out 2 weeks ago. So, and I try to keep the kids outside a little bit too because they're always in the house, so try to get them to go outside as well.
You know that the sun gives you vitamin D, and vitamin D helps with your mental health.
And guess what? Your girls sometimes get low in vitamin D.
Yeah, take a supplement.
Yeah. But this is another thing, and I tell all y'all my business, but y'all know I tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. I don't care. But so look, and a lot of us anyway, a lot of people that I know, Black people that I know, we all take like vitamin D supplements, because we don't really be outside like that. We don't get a lot of sun. We just take all type of supplements, and I take a few. I take a few supplements. So recently, I used to take the vitamin D by itself. So my vitamin D got good, right? I'm on the podcast. Hey, I'll see you in a minute. I'm on the podcast. No. So,
hi.
Say hi. Tell people hi. He does that to my husband too. When my husband be on the podcast, right? He'll come busting downstairs in the garage. Hi. They call him the third member of the podcast.
Okay.
Because he always comes. All right. All right, go ahead.
That must be the sweet one.
Coming back?
Yes. Yeah, you be right back.
Now, what the fuck?
Close the door. I'll be out in a minute. Yes. And don't care, no matter what mama's doing, he will bust in, okay? So everybody knows that. Oh, where Bubby at tonight? Did he busting in?
I told them to stay downstairs.
Girl, I wish. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm about to do a podcast. One time I used to make a sign that says podcast in progress. You think he care about that sign? No.
Of course not.
But hey, it's the life of a mother, you know, hey, we got to do all this stuff. What could we do? But yeah, back to the supplements. So I was trying to minimize like all the supplements that I was taking, right? So I found the one multivitamin that has the same amount of vitamin D in it as if I would just buy it separate. So hopefully that is doing its job, you know, hopefully with it being all together like that is not, you know, messing with anything. But when I go back and get those numbers work, we'll see. But yeah, but definitely vitamin D does help. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Have you heard of
summer?
Have you heard of adaptogens?
I don't think so.
No, they're natural thing. They're like things for anxiety, things for energy, because I'm always feeling sleepy.
Yeah. I get in that.
I don't have them with me, so I can't tell you what they're called, but like one of them is ashwagandha. Have you heard of that one?
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that
Yeah.
one.
I think is it a mushroom?
Well, the ones that we had, and I've only taken a couple. My husband used them. It was the Goldie.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Goldie. So I took it for a little while, but I ventured off and like use like the nature made vitamins and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you with that and see what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I do feel, you know, sluggish and stuff. So.
Yeah.
But we're taking any type of medication. We all know that it doesn't cure anything, and it just kind of controls it for that moment, but at the same time it messes with other stuff, and that's what I don't like. So that's why I'm working so hard on myself, you know, like with the health wise, you know, eating healthier, exercising more, so that I can get off them, you know.
So then why didn't the doctor put you on that type of plan instead of medication? Why didn't he say, let's change, let's look at what you're eating and let's do this and let's get you on an exercise plan?
No, that it was, yeah, it was not a female doctor. She did told me about that, but that was also with, hey, take these, but still eat healthy and exercise.
Okay.
But that wasn't, okay, let's go ahead and start here before medication. It wasn't like that. Okay. Of course, you know, the first thing they're going to do is give you medication because, you know, that's their business, you know. That is a business, you know, to give us that medicine. And I know that, I realize that. So that's why, you know, I'm making it a point of myself to go ahead and nip that in the bud so I can get back to me. But I'm doing good, you know, other than the half of the year tension and sinusitis and all that stuff. I'm learning to deal with it. Like I'm learning things on how to deal with it, you know, so it's good. It's good. I'm here. I'm happy, you know, got my family and, you know, just trying to make it, girl.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people want that nowadays. A lot of people don't want to be married and have a family and, you know.
No, because if you
be a mom or be a dad.
Look, it's hard work. It's hard work. It's hard work being a wife as well, like being husband and wife. That's a lot of work. And when you start bringing kids into the equation, it complicates things.
Yeah.
Because it complicated, well, we wasn't even married yet when we had our first one, but it complicated things because Sean was so like he was just on it, like he was just too much of a hands-on dad, like to the point where he was like annoying me, like, dude, like the baby's okay, like every time the baby like will fall or something or whatever, you know, he was like, why you didn't catch him, like you weren't paying attention, you know, like he was just so like, get this baby, like what are you doing? He ignored the hell out of me. He know that. I've told him that plenty of times. And he realized that. Like now he looks back and he was like, yeah, I was kind of hard. I said, yeah, you was. So he lightened up on the second one or whatever. So
yeah, that's usually what happens.
But people don't realize like it's a lot. And like you say, people don't want to be married and stuff like that. And a lot of them don't, because they feel if, okay, I got to do all this to get into a marriage. Like, I mean, you basically changing your life, right? But if we're going to be having threesomes and dealing with other folks, there's no need for us to get married. We can just do that without that, you know. Without
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
But I guess I'd rather be married. I guess. I guess just all for paper purposes. I guess.
Paper purposes.
Because you know that's a business too. You know, the
What,
government
marriage?
The government want us to get married.
Oh,
because,
definitely, definitely.
You know.
And you know what? The government should not have anything to do with our marriage.
They really should. They really should. But
no, no. Yeah, they needed that little cut from that marriage license, right?
Yep. Exactly. They wanted to get that piece. They wanted to mess with our taxes. So now, okay, we gotta file together and stuff. And now, okay, my tax bracket had went from here to up here because now I gotta add you. That ain't fair. That ain't right at all. That Uncle Sam.
Nothing we can do about that.
Nope, ain't nothing we can do. Nothing. You got anything else you would like to say before we end? Anything on your mind?
Nah.
I want to tell people where they can find these cookies and cakes.
Nope. Because you know why? I'll be honest with you. Because baking for other people causes me anxiety. It really does. But a gummy would help, though.
The gummy would help. All right. So
yes.
Just take a gummy before,
No, well, if you take a gummy before you bake a cake, then you won't wind up baking the cake.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Well, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't, huh?
Yeah. No, I know there's something I would like to talk about on another time.
Okay. Oh, you want to come on another time?
Yeah.
Y'all heard that, right? All right.
Yeah. Do you have XM radio? Sirius XM?
Not at the moment. But guess what? I got the thing right here for me to go get it back.
I'm addicted to it. I listen to it in the car. I listen to it on my phone while I'm at work. So I listen to it for many hours a day.
Okay.
And the other morning there was a morning show, Shade in the Morning. Not Shade in the Morning. What is it called? It's a morning show. It's on Shade 45 or something. It's anyway. And so what they were talking about was interracial relationships. And when I started to listen to what they were saying, I said, I need to call them, because I was like, I can talk about this for hours. And so I couldn't get through. Dang. I think it's a good thing I didn't get through, because man,
you gave them a piece. Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I say that's what you want to talk about for next time.
Oh yeah,
we should, because I think I remember us talking about this before, about doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, it was just the one thing that one of the men said. He says he's a black man and his wife is white, and he didn't want to marry a black woman because black women smell like his mother.
What? Okay,
yeah,
I never heard that one.
Yeah, he said black women smell like his mother and his sister, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And so he was like, that's why he married a white woman. And so then they asked him, well, what does your white woman smell like? And he said roses.
I know they ate his ass up after that.
Yo, lots of people were upset about that. Yeah, they were yeah.
How do you say that about your people? Like, that's your mom. Like,
no, it wasn't in a bad way.
Yeah, I know, but still.
But it's like he said that the women reminded him of his mom and his sister, and some of it was not necessarily bad things, but he just didn't want to be reminded of them.
Well, that's true. I mean, because I can say that's why many, Black people do, turn to, other women than Black, because of all what they've seen, what they've been through, all the rah, rah, rah. Like they don't want to go through that. So I mean, I understand that. But if he experienced it, he went through it, and he was like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah,
cool.
I guess he experienced it more than one time.
Yeah.
And I guess they all smelled like his mom. But they were also saying it could be because you might use the same shampoo, you might use the same lotion, you might use the same hair products. So those things would make you smell like his mom.
Yeah, but that's not a right to disown.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, look, you like what you like. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Exactly.
Right? No,
I always like men that look like my daddy. That was when I look back, they all look like my daddy.
Yeah. See, you like what you like.
Yeah.
All right. We definitely talk about that next time. Definitely will. Well, I appreciate you for wanting to have this girls' night tonight with me. All right, everyone. So we are going to end the show tonight. This is your girl, Model E, and my guest, Leanna. And make sure that you tune in on Instagram. Well, not tune in, but follow and like on Instagram at E and Friends Pod, and on Twitter at Erica Jones with the Z on the end. And also, YouTube, check out Life and Love with my husband and myself. Also, all the other podcasts we have on our network, as well as other great things that we have coming. All right, guys. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.